All right. Good morning, everyone. So it's about 9:02 here, and as we're sitting here this morning, I don't really see anything that I'm super excited about. We don't have a very exciting gap scanner. We have leading gapper SONM up 33%. It's below $1, so it's a bit on the cheaper side. HYMC is up 30%, but it's also cheaper, and it has 125 million share float. You've got AUST, which is just bouncing off the low. Had a terrible sell-off yesterday, so I'm not interested in this. You know, this type of thing is kind of crazy. This is not what you like to see on an IPO. This is not a successful IPO. It went up 600% and then comes all the way back down. That's just not good, and you don't like seeing that. It definitely makes me feel like, I don't know, there's something weird going on there. It's not great. So I just don't have much interest in it down here at all. Anyways, so TPTX has some news that just came out. Price is a little higher. SIMO is on the gap scanner, $100 stock. BTTX is on the gap scanner. It's up 18%. Doesn't have fresh news today. We've got ICPT on the gap scanner, 20 million share float, a little bit higher. So unfortunately right now, I was kind of hoping that we might have some breaking news right at 9 a.m., but nothing. So right now is kind of just sitting and waiting and being patient, and let's see if something ends up, popping up within the next 25 minutes as we get towards the opening bell. And if not, then, well, that's clearly setting the tone for the day, and it'll just be a slow day, and we'll have to wait till the next stock pops up with some news. So being patient is important. HYMC is a bit of a meme stock. So that's true. The total number of shares available to trade, you've got the float, but then you have people that are just holding it. So effectively, it could trade even thinner than that. That's possible. So if you guys see something that I'm missing, let me know. If you see something that pops up with some breaking news. No, I'm not going to trade IPO tomorrow. It most likely won't IPO early enough in the day, and I've got other things I need to do tomorrow. It's Friday, so. Shares outstanding are the total number of shares issued, but not all of them are available to trade. So the float is the number of shares available to trade. Seed. Yeah, let's see. Well, it's up 4%, so it's a pretty small gapper. USO moving up. I see that. So 81.70 is breaking that level, and then over 82.48. So the thing to look at on USO is whether or not that provides opportunities on other energy stocks. High is 82.48. So that's the level that we'd want to see break on USO. That's enough, girl. Yeah, INDO. The thing is, I'm not going to get filled a full order on it. I'm trying to buy it, but I only have a partial fill. This is a oil stock. I filled 1,300 shares of my order on INDO. I'll add over 2050. This is a sympathy to USO. Added at 48 on INDO. The fact is, with USO opening up here, we could get a nice move on INDO. So let's watch INDO for a move up to $21. Watching an ad over 2060. High on USO there is 82. Watching 65, then 75. I don't like that price action. It should have gone faster. I got in a little too high. I'm going to keep watching USO. USO needs to break through 82.48. And it's at 82.10 right now. IMPP. So let's just keep an eye on energy stocks with United States Oil Fund on this daily breakout, because this is a significant level on USO. There's 82.48. It wasn't on a scanner. That's just one that I'm familiar with. INDO. Coming back up a little bit more. We'll see. We'll just keep USO and INDO on watch. We'll trade smaller positions and see if it opens up. BTTX, I don't know. You've got a double top on INDO right now at 69, 2069. So I'll put an order at 2079, 10-cent offset. Watch that level. Volume is maybe too high on that red candle. USO is pulling back a little bit. HUSA is also energy. Price is a little lower. I'll do a quick long at 55. There's 13,000 on the ask at 65. If that thins out, I'll add at 65 for a move up to 75 on HUSA, energy stock. So 64 on the ask, looking for 65 to thin. 13 on the ask, added at 10. The ask starts to thin, false breakout. There's a hidden seller. I go back to flat immediately. So ask thins, it doesn't break, hidden seller, back out. Maybe it breaks later, but there's a hidden seller there at 65. So we're not really seeing, I mean, it's possible that one of these will open up with USO moving, but right now I tried two and they're not really, neither of them are really opening up in a big way. So I think I'm gonna sit tight here and wait to see what becomes obvious. Well, it's easier to cut it when the share size is smaller. You know, if you start getting into a really big position, it gets more emotional. It's harder to cut it. So this is kind of the typical cold market where, on one day you might have something and get some really good trades on it, and then the next day there's nothing. And so today, if there's nothing, then there's nothing. What can I do? Yes, John, I do. Good to see on HYMC. Yep. So I would say today I'm at 2 tiny winners, and neither of these winners really by themselves covered the risk that I took on the trade. I'm up $136 on HUSA, but if it had dropped, I probably would have lost 500. So that's not a good risk reward. Now, I thought I had the potential over 65, 75, 85 to get up to 5 and then give me that risk reward that would work, but it didn't work out. INDO up $750 on it. So again, on that type of price stock, if I had lost on it, I could have easily lost 1,500. So that's just not, the risk reward ratio is just not strong enough on those trades so far. So the problem is that if I catch one loss, I'm going to be red on the day because, I'm easily going to risk 800 and then, my day is going to be not good. Thanks, Jesus. I appreciate that. I don't do one-on-one mentoring. However, we do have, of course, the classes over at Warrior, and we do mentor sessions where it's like an open Q&A where you can ask questions and then I answer them. Greg, yes, I do. And I should have taken some off the table in 2021, but I didn't, and it's okay. I didn't, one of the things with holding something for a long time is not wanting to get out because you really believe in the company, you like the company. So I don't know. Yeah, Gavin, and he's still trading. Yep. Yeah, he's doing really well. Well, my maximum position, yesterday I had 55,000 shares, I think it was on RVSN. It's a $2, it was like a $2 stock, so it's only $100,000 in the trade. So it's not really a lot of money. I have close to $1 million in my trading account. So I could have taken 600,000-700,000 shares, 500,000 shares of that stock if I wanted to, but I'm not trading that big. So I haven't exceeded 100. I think I actually have a limit on my account at 100,000 shares right now. So maybe it's 75,000. I don't know, but I could always increase that, but I haven't had the need to. I just have a limit that way. I don't know. It's just good to have like a sort of some type of limit there. I've heard of people using keyboards where a key jams and it just goes like, just keeps filling. So something like that. If you don't have order confirmations, you have to be careful. So it's good to have some controls in place just to prevent something going really crazy. Yes, you can ask Lightspeed to adjust your buying power. I'll do that sometimes if I need to take money out of the account. I'll ask them to reduce the buying power for a couple days so the trades can settle, and then I can take the money out. Okay, so we have 6 minutes to the opening bell here. It, doesn't feel like we've got a lot going on today. I got 2 small trades. The energy stocks, HUSA, INDO. I mean, they're definitely on the backside of the move, which was back in March. So they're definitely on the backside. USO, you could say, I mean, it's coming back up for sure. And if it breaks through 84, 85, then we're looking at 87 all-time highs. But I don't know that that's going to send INDO back to its all-time highs because it got so parabolic and a bit overextended. So I thought there was potential for more than we got. I think there's potential for some sympathy, but I don't know how much. FRGE, yeah, that's a good one. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. It's a continuation stock. It's had a nice run here. So the problem right now is that it's not obvious. It has big spreads, no volume. It's interesting. We know it's made big moves. The all-time high was like $47. So it's a nice idea, but it needs to start moving. BON, Bond Life, near-term production completes building construction of plant. So, you see something that hits the scanner. The 200 moving average on this is at, looks like 636 approximately, but it's up 26% now. The volume's light. So see, look at that. All of a sudden it's $7 on the ask. See how fast that just popped? So now the question is, does it hold, right? So I'll watch it. We'll see if it holds. So I took a starter there at 7. It's holding. And now we want to watch for 750. I'll add over 750 and then we'll look for a move up to 8. So looking for 725, 730. And once again, I'm not trusting that price action. So I'm going flat. It just went from 6 to 7. I'm getting in high, and then when you see it pop up and on this candle drop all the way back down to 707, I just don't. I mean, in a hotter market, I would have added. I would have been adding at 725, adding at 745, but that's back. So added back at 641. That's a dip trade at 641. 1,500 shares out at 650, 647. But realistically, unless they can get back over 636, which is the 200 moving average, I don't know. I just can't take the risk. I wish I could be a little more aggressive, but these are just little small trades. So I chased it. I got in high. We were looking at it at 640 on the ask, then it right popped to 7. But of course, a 60-cent pop, that tells you, wow, this has the potential to move. So sometimes these will move. Sometimes you'll get in 7, goes to 750, you add. Next thing you know, it's at 8. You add. Next thing you know, it's at 9. It's at 10, and you get these crazy $3, $4, $5 a share moves. And this did, of course, have news. But now, look, the volume there is big red candle. So We've got 90 seconds to the bell, 3 tiny base hits, small size across the board, and I think that this sets the tone. But you know, let's give it a few minutes to shake out. Warrior students, we'll see if there's anything that opens up, and maybe we'll get another opportunity. Maybe it's going to be later in the morning. Those tuning in on YouTube, thank you guys for being here. As always, reminder, in case you didn't already know, trading is risky and my results are not typical. We make no guarantees that you will find success as a trader. So trade in a simulator, practice before you put real money on the line, and we'll see you back here tomorrow, Friday, end of the week, for the morning show right around 9 a.m. Hopefully we have more to trade than we had today. Nice, Rob, $450 pre-market. That's good. Lock it up.